We'll see what happens, my man, and next week you and I will be talking about it.
All right, J-Rock, yeah, go Browns, and let's get to 4-2 and come home for 2 more games and keep the winning streak going.
There we go, 4-2, baby. That's the hopefully where we're at on Monday. Ryan, have a good weekend. Enjoy the slate of games, and we'll talk next week.
You too, J-Rock. Go Browns.
You got it. Go Browns. And don't forget, you guys can read Ryan's stuff on dogpoundnation.com. You can tweet with them. Ryan Ruiz is on Twitter, Ryan P. Ruiz24. Hit him up there. Check him out. We feed his articles through our Twitter and retweet and all of that. So Ryan Ruiz with us every Friday here doing the 3 Dawg Bones to a Browns victory. I don't want you guys to go anywhere because we're not only coming back with the final segment of the show and wrapping things up, but I've got a hell of a powerful story that I want to talk about. Many of you may have began to hear it in the news today, and I'll tell you, I dare you don't have much of a heart if you don't think about what the circumstances of the story that I'm going to tell you and go, damn. That's going to be one incredible evening there for sure. I'll tell you what I'm talking about coming up here after the break. I'm going to tell you the story of Lauryn Hill. We'll talk about the weekend coming up. Set the stage. Cavs are back in action. The Pistorius sentencing continues and more. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back here on the Sports Fix.
You know I'm repping the sea. I must be living in a dream because the reality's a nightmare, but I don't care. Because when it all goes down, you know I'll still be here, bleeding brown and orange 365 days a year. Always. You know how we do it. Cleveland Browns, baby.
Yeah. You know what it is. Everything I do for this. Black and yellow. Man, y'all nothing. Brown and orange muni lot, we about to get it jumping. Repping the Browns, when you see me, you know everything. Brown and orange, brown and orange, brown and orange, brown and orange. Out on the field, you know.
And now, a very special announcement from the Sports Fix.
Black bears weigh between 200 and 500 pounds. Brown bears weigh between 300 and over 1,000 pounds. Black bears run away from you. Brown bears run at you. When attacked by a bear, simply lie still on the ground and cover your face and head with your hands. When the bear is finished batting you around and mauling you, contact the U.S. Forest Service.
And that was a message from the Sports Fix.
Hey guys, before we go to the break, I want to talk to you a little bit again about our good friends at Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championships, some of the hottest fights in the world today. Each and every one of their huge events, Harry Buffalo is one of the few places in Northeast Ohio you can go there and watch each and every UFC fight at the Harry Buffalo. And let me tell you, I've been there. The people are out the door. They are to the rafters. It is one of the craziest environments for some UFC fights. Wing Mondays, they've got great deals on wings and drinks, and every day of the week there's a different special, a different deal. And don't forget the Bison Burger, the unbelievable. It is the combination of a fantastic burger and eating healthy combined into one unbelievable sandwich. You have got to get a Bison Burger while you're there. So whatever you're looking for, whatever day of the week, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sundays, there's something for you at the Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, just outside Great Northern Mall. Check them out today. Harry Buffalo, join the herd.
It's the Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
Fantasy sports lovers, you put so much time, hard work, and effort into playing week to week that it quickly stops being a fantasy and starts getting real. And when the smoke clears, you want to show off those victories with a real prize.
I mean, a really real prize.
Nobody does that like Fantasy Jocks. The crew over at Fantasy Jocks have beautiful, high-quality, and heavy-duty championship belts, rings, trophies, and so much more for all your fantasy sports needs. There's literally only one place to go. FantasyJocks.com.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Ohio knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hi, this is Dean Chenoweth, head coach of Cleveland's Lake Erie Monsters, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix Live, final segment of the week, coming your way here across the Sports Fix Radio Network. J-Rock back with you. Thanks and a shout out to my guests today. Always a fun Friday. Always. The end of the week is great. Everybody. I mean, I love all my guests. That's why they're here. I love you. You love me. Blah, blah, blah. But I really do love those guys. It's not just a mutual admiration society. Jonathan Knight, sportswriter extraordinaire, kicking things off today. Great to have him every Friday. And then Jeff Gorman and Ryan Ruiz doing the little tag team on the Browns game that we do every Friday with the scouting report of the Jags and the Dawg Bones for the Browns. And it hopefully gets you all pumped up and fired up and ready to roll into the weekend. And maybe we even talked about a thing or two you may not have known along the way. And, of course, we talked kicking off the show, World Series coming up next week. We'll preview it when we get closer to it this weekend. First weekend all year. Since it started, there's zero baseball to be played anywhere. There's no Indians games. There's no anybody else's games either. There's zero baseball to be played as now baseball cleans the slate and gets themselves ready for the Fall Classic with the Giants and the Kansas City Royals Tuesday. Jeff Gorman and I will do the official preview thing of that. Monday, of course, a lot of the usual coming back out of the weekend, because there's a lot of the weekend to come back to, and we'll get into that in a minute. I'm going to get into the previews. Cavs are back at it tonight. There's a ton of high school football going on, a lot of big ones for the playoff matches coming up this weekend. But I'll tell you what, when we no, Bruce, we're not for the preseason anyway, not doing a 3 dribbles to the Cavs victory. Maybe when we get down to the games that are a little bit more meaningful, then yeah, but not tonight. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys about something. I don't know if any of you have heard this story yet. I saw it for the first time late last night, in the middle of the night, and I said, man, this is the last segment of the show right here. I wanted to bring this. If you guys have not, Google search Lauryn Hill and read the story of this young lady. And I'll tell you, I've already looked ahead. I don't know yet. I may have some high school play-by-play that night, either football or basketball, depending on the way the schedules fall. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in my car and drive down to Xavier University. If so, I will be doing that on November 2nd, no doubt, because I would love to be a part of what is going to be one incredibly powerful night of emotions here down at the Cintas Center in Xavier University. Lauryn Hill is a women's freshman basketball player. She plays for Mount St. Joseph University in Cincinnati. She found out last year that she has a rare brain tumor that comes for only a very small percentage of children age 5 through 10 primarily are the ones who get this. But she ended up finding out she was diagnosed with this last year. It's inoperable. It's a pediatric brain tumor, primarily officially affects children. And 90% of the people struck by it do not last 18 months. She played her senior season last year getting radiation therapy and chemotherapy treatments, and she played her senior high school season, and now she was practicing all summer and in the fall here, getting ready to play on the basketball team here at Mount St. Joseph, when the doctors came to her and they basically said that the short window of time that they had given her had now been shortened even more as her tumor continued to grow. Doctors do not believe that she will even make it through the end of the year. So, and what's amazing is through this, and we're talking, realize, we're talking the end of the year, talking about December. I mean, this is somebody who's not expected to be a part of this earth in 2 months, and she's here every day. I listened to an interview with her. She's practicing with the team on the days that she's physically able to. She's living on campus. She's a part of the team in all their team activities, but doctors say her time window is shortening by the day, and it could be she may only have weeks, not even months left to live like they thought. So what I thought is the cool twist on this story is that the Mount St. Joseph coach, Dan Benjamin, he went to the opponent that they're playing. Hiram University is who they're playing in the kickoff of the season, for tip-off, whatever. November 15th, it was set. Doctors didn't believe that even was a feasible time window for Lauren to be able to play. That's her goal. She wants to play in a game with her team. And so the two schools got together and agreed, and the NC or whatever it's not, I don't believe it's that, whatever the organizational body is, agreed to allow them to move that game up 2 weeks. The game's going to be on November 2nd, and then Xavier agreed to let them use the Cintas Center to have a building big enough to sell enough tickets for this, and basically they've moved the game up 2 weeks. It's going to be on November 2nd. The NCAA gave their approval and clearance of that, and all the funds of the game are going to be go towards awareness and funds for cancer research, and they say there's a huge groundswell already of tickets as this story is starting to grow viral. But I was just thinking, that's enough. I mean, alone, and she talked about how keeping busy, being a part of the team, it gives her something every day to live for another day and keep going. But I can only imagine. And I'm not trying to tug at your heartstrings, but if you put this visual in your head, I don't know how it doesn't. Can you imagine what that will feel like in that building? And could you just imagine whether you're in the stands, whether you're a part of that team, or whether you're that young woman's family? I mean, that's courage, first off. When these players talk about sucking it up and courage and all of that stuff, and this is the biggest game, this is the one. No, this is the one. No, that's pressure that people don't know about. I mean, I could only imagine what it would be like to know the day that I wasn't going to be alive. That's a scary enough thought as it is, let alone to be 18 years old and have to deal with that. That's criminal. It's the reality. It is unfairness of the world that we live in. But I couldn't even imagine that, let alone playing in that game and all of that. So, like I said, if I can find a way to be down there, you can bet that I will be down there absolutely on November 2nd. And I just said, man, that is the story. I'm not ending this story talking about some stupid football player stealing underwear. I'm not talking about the dumb stuff that we talk about from day to day. I want to talk about Lauryn Hill, and that is probably and I listened to the interview with her. That's one of the bravest young women I've seen, man. And there's lots of them that don't play basketball each and every day that are every bit as brave. But man, and that family, and I mean all of them to go. That's a hell of an experience to go through together. And like I said, that's going to be a very special night, to say the least, there. And if you guys want to find out more information, you can. Like I said, tickets are still available. I believe, actually, student tickets have started being sold. The demand for tickets is starting to grow. They will actually be put on sale to the public this coming Wednesday, October 22nd, and $5 a ticket. Proceeds go to The Cure Starts Now, and I'm sure that I'll mention this a few more times before we get to the game. You can go to Xavier's website or Ticketmaster, and that's cool too. Ticketmaster has agreed to waive their Ticketmaster fees for all purchases, so there will be none of that extra $5 or whatever they tack on to the ticket. No Ticketmaster fees, and all of the Cintas Center parking lots have been donated free as well, so there will be no parking charged as well for anybody that goes out there. And that is going to be one powerful night in that building for sure come November 2nd. So there we go, guys. There's that, and I wanted to mention it, and I'll post the link to that story as well. I know I saw Fox reporting it and a couple of other places, but I'll post the link to that on our social media as well. It's just, you know me, when I see something that I go, yeah, I'm talking about that on the Sports Fix today. So here we roll on now, heading into the weekend. Let's get back to the minutiae, to the day-to-day, which it's hard to do. Like, I'm sitting here going, man, I don't even have like a smooth segue from that. That's just again, something I don't even want to imagine, let alone imagine being a part of. So let's segue from that into, while we're talking about young men and young athletes out there living the dream, a lot of high school football going on this week.